Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Southern Dirt. My name is Summer, and in this video I'll be giving you an update of my Central Florida Zone 9 garden. What you see behind me is our entertaining area where we grow our food in 1,100 square feet. We have so much fun back here. Our family loves playing volleyball, we love hosting, and I love sharing my garden with our neighbors, friends, and of course with you. I can't wait to show you what we're doing inside our house. We're actually growing some food inside, and if you've been following me, you know that this was my first season growing medicinal herbs, and I am now putting them to use. I can't wait to get in the house and show you that, especially to get out of this heat. My makeup is melting off. August is a month that I particularly don't like to be in the garden. It is so miserably hot. We're getting bit by mosquitoes in the evening. Even if I get out here early in the morning, I'm just drenching. So you will see a pretty much semi-abandoned garden as we walk through, lots of weeds, but lots of things still growing with minimal help. Also, I'd like to let you know about a sale that is coming up for GreenStalk Vertical Garden. Starting August 5th, you'll be able to purchase a 5-tier or a 7-tier basket weave, specifically for $99 for the 5-tier, $109 for the 7-tier. And of course, you can always stack my coupon code to save $10 on top of the sale with code SD10. I'm also have partnered with them and am doing a giveaway. So I'll be offering a yellow 5-tier garden. I'll flash a picture up here in the screen. So basically all you have to do to enter to win that GreenStalk is to first share this video on one of your social media outlets. Second, go to my Instagram page, Southern Dirt Gardener, and tag 3 or more of your friends there on the actual giveaway post. And I'll be announcing that hopefully in the next week or two. So stay tuned and I will tag the winner in that post. And I'm so happy to partner with GreenStalk to offer you that giveaway. And I'll also throw in one of my own personal hats and mugs from Southern Dirt. And we'll go ahead and jump into this video. We have had so many butterflies this season. The goal this year was to plant more flowers and bring more color to the garden. We knew we'd be traveling a lot this summer and not able to tend to the garden as we usually do. So we actually ended up putting more flowers than we did vegetables, which was a first for us this year. But I'm so happy we did, because now we have the garden just looking very colorful in a time where usually it just is very dreadful because of the summer heat. And glad that we did that. Now I have to do this every year and make sure that we are incorporating tons of flowers into our garden. So today we are going to start over here in our medicinal garden. This is a mullein plant. I've been telling you it's mullein. I am terrible about pronunciating different plants that I grow in different varieties, but this is mullein, not mullein. But this is really great for any type of respiratory issues. This plant I've used and made my first tinctures, which I will show you here in a little bit and how I did that. I actually already put some YouTube videos together on how to make a tincture from pretty much any medicinal herb that you would like. You can find that in the description below. I also have a green tea plant that's finally doing well. I also have a green tea plant in my GreenStalk garden over here that's doing pretty good. I really like to plant more of those. I got those on like Etsy or somewhere, and they came in little starter plants. But they're finally taking off, and we have a nice jar in our pantry now. I also have some echinacea growing. We've been drying those as well. Those are great for when you're getting a cold. It kind of helps build your immune system. We have some holy basil growing, and that helps with all kinds of different things and anxiety and just calming. I also have some yarrow. I have not dried this yarrow yet. I need to. But it's just, I want it to get really, really big. And so I can not leave this plant just looking really tiny. So if anybody knows anything about yarrow, let me know. We also cut back our beautiful tobacco plant. It was just kind of taking over here. And it started dropping seeds. As you can see, I'm gonna have a million tobacco plants growing here soon. But I did just chop it back. So As you can see, we'll get another one coming up here soon. I also, in the meantime, knew that I would have a nice shady area and stuck some Huani llama cuttings in here and propagated them right into my bed. So I'm so happy that actually worked. I usually don't propagate that way. I always propagate in seed trays, but I thought, you know what, let's give it a try and see if I could do it the easy, lazy way. So that has done well. Huani llama is great for inflammation and digestive issues. And I could do a video on all the herbs that we grow one day and all their medicinal benefits. At least that's my goal this year, is to share all those types of medicinal benefits. And of course, my child is knocking on the door, needing me. Anyways, I want to start with our GreenStalk vertical garden here. I am growing strawberries, and as you can see, we got a little bit of spots and whatnot here. I have not sprayed the garden. I think I've only sprayed it with garlic because of I figured, you know what, it'd help mosquitoes. But our plants, we are basically just taking our dead leaves off. We will be spraying them soon, and these will just be fine here, and we'll bring them back to better health soon. They also are shooting off some runners like this. This is a runner. And I have a little video on how you can actually propagate these from your GreenStalk garden. Basically, I just take a cup and clip it on here and stick it in some soil. And then you, after a while, after they grow roots, you can actually propagate that and put it into another pocket, and you have a new plant. So that is always fun. Over here, we have butterfly pea vine. This is just an old door my husband brought home from a construction site, and it was going to go in the trash, and I had needed something to cover up this box and this ugly pole thing here that's like in the center of the garden. So we decided to grow butterfly peas, and these are great. They're high in antioxidants, and I put together a video on how to make tea from this. It's really a fun little project, especially with young kids. Because there's some magic that happens when you put lemon into the tea. It changes color, so make sure you check that out. I'll also link that in the description. But that's really fun to grow, and we dry those and keep them in our pantry. I always neglect this, but this is a fig plant. I grow fig plants in my food forest, but they never do well. Our sand's just really sandy. So I decided to take the same variety and put it in a pot, and it's like quadruple the size of putting it in good soil. So I think what we're going to do is find somewhere in the garden and plant it for good and good soil. I also have mint growing over here. I always neglect to show you. Usually I don't dry mint, only because we always have an overabundance of mint, but I dried some the other day and I was surprised how good it smelt. So this is really good, and aiding digestion issues. It just kind of helps calm your stomach. So really, that's a lot of the type of herbs I've been liking to grow, is anything that can help with digestive issues and calming your stomach. So if you don't see an herb that I grow here and I need to, let me know what that is. I also have an overabundance of oregano. This is Cuban oregano. We dry a lot of that as well. Over here we have a typical summer plant. This is an eggplant, and I just harvested a really nice one off of this. But look at how beautiful these are. I actually had to trim this back. Like, it was huge. It was taking up this whole bed, and it's just one plant. So here's some more eggplant. I also made, oh, look at this one. I made a video on how and when to harvest eggplant, how to know when to harvest. And I'm not sure if I uploaded on how to cook eggplant yet, but if I have, I will put those in the link in the description. So in this bed, we originally had some kale. Of course, that burnt up over the hot summer. I recently put a sunflower, popped it in right over here. And we just have some flowers. I still have some parsley like hanging in there. And I forgot the name of this plant right here. I'm gonna put the name in the screen. But it has been my favorite flower this summer. I loved it so much that I just started breaking pieces off and propagating them, just sticking them everywhere, because they are just so pretty. These do not do well in the fall, but man, when the summer comes, they're so bright and they pop color everywhere. I actually added some into here, but this one's not flowering. It has a lot of buds on it, and this was just a small little piece like this that I just shoved in a pocket that didn't have anything in it, and now it's going to produce flowers. This is probably my favorite GreenStalk garden that we have growing right now. It typically is my favorite GreenStalk garden. This is the Glacier Blue, and if you're looking to purchase any colors that you don't see on the website right now, anything that has been discontinued or phased out, you'll be able to order all the colors GreenStalk has made in October. So make sure you mark your calendars. Make sure that you're signed up for my newsletter, because what we do is we send out a mass email letting people know, hey, here's your chance to get the color that you've always wanted, or maybe rebuy a color that you liked that you don't have anymore. Also, make sure you're following me on Instagram, because that is the main way I share sales and share what we're doing in our home and in our garden throughout the week. But we really have just all kinds of different flowers and herbs. We got basil here, parsley, thyme, chives, sage, some pretty flowers, some parsley, oregano, Wani llama, and I just love this. It's our garden that we can quickly harvest from. Our kitchen's right over here, so it's just an easy way I can come and harvest fresh herbs. I also have an aloe plant here. Look, oh no! Oh, look at that! Oh, I gotta get it. Hold on. I absolutely hate locusts, and in the summertime they just multiply out here. And if you don't know what a locust is, it looks like this, and if you see it, you want to definitely get rid of it, because they will lay eggs and they will devour your garden. Ugh. Okay, back to the video. And this is also Puerto Rican oregano. I have a lot growing here. It's really overgrown. We like to feed these to our chickens, and they're so good on pork, and I really need to trim this back. But I also have some rosemary growing down here. This rosemary is actually one of the first plants I ever grew and bought. I started with a small little herb garden, literally in a little pot, and from there I used it on foods, and I just absolutely loved just tasting the freshness of fresh herbs in our meals, and that inspired me to try to grow other foods. Over here I'm going to start with this tower only because I want to show you these pops of color. So this was our tomato garden, and as you can see, there's already, we pulled all these like a couple months ago, and it was barren. We also had onions and tomatoes, but some are already reseeding themselves, so I might just leave those guys. But again, this was empty, and I just couldn't stand seeing it empty, and I just stuck, literally, I'm not joking, just one little piece like this, snipped it off, stuck it in my GreenStalk, stuck them in my beds. Even over in the kids' garden, we have some wheelbarrows. I just stuck a few in there just to have that there and give those colors. It's so pretty. I'm also going to show you our loofahs that we planted. These are a great summer item for the garden. My daughters make loofah soaps, and if you don't know what a loofah is, no, they don't grow in the sea. They grow on a vine. And let me show you a big one over here. They're just like climbing all over the place. Holy cow, look at that. Oh, so beautiful. Oh, wow. And if you're ever interested in knowing how to make loofah soaps, my daughters actually put together their first YouTube short video that they edited and produced themselves. I'll put that in the description below. But that's been really fun for them. They're really enjoying, of course, what we do out here in the garden and trying to find creative ways that they can incorporate themselves into the garden. We have a load of zinnias, zinnia, that we planted just through seeds that we had saved from the years all along here. There was a while where we were keeping up with it, trimming back the deadheads, and then we got a storm that just snapped a lot of them in half. We had to pull some. You can see right here, this was almost taller than me, and it snapped. But look, it's still growing. It's just not as organized as it was. Oh, butterfly. Over here is our carrots, which I have let overgrown. And the reason I let them overgrow is because when I went to go pull them, I saw seeds growing. And I thought, how cool would it be to harvest these seeds and use them for next year? So that is what we're doing. We're kind of just letting this go. The other day I actually just said, okay, forget it. I got to clean this up. Came over here and I found black swallow butterfly caterpillars. And as you can see, they were eating away at the garden. Oh, yeah, they're right here. Can you see that? So I didn't want to kill them. I wanted this just to be their little habitat for a while, and maybe we'll have more butterflies. So that's been fun. This is where our tomatoes were in these cages. Of course, they have long gone. And this is my GreenStalk garden that I decided to do what was supposed to be container mini. Look at that. There's another butterfly. Zinnias, but they weren't. They were huge. So it was still fun, and we were able to grow tons of zinnias, and of course they're bringing tons of butterflies, and that has been really fun. Next year I want to do this again, maybe with a true container short flower. So if you have grown something in the GreenStalk that looks pretty, let me know. I just want to do a whole tower of those. We've got all kinds of random flowers in the garden. Over here is our garden table and where we kind of plant our seeds, and my kids' garden. I also have passion fruit growing all along here, and it's growing all up in our trees. Here's a passion fruit. And we have passion fruits everywhere, like here. There's another one. My husband's not too excited that, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It is literally growing out there. Yeah, this is gonna be fun to pull down on wild like that. But anyways, we have been harvesting lots of passion fruit. They're so tasty. I just put them in water and make like infused teas and infused water. It's very delicious. And we've got our aloe plants and some of our fairy gardens over here. I got all my seed trays from GreenStalk Garden. I'm trying to clean those up and wash them to get prepared for fall. And here are some of my plants that I have propagated, our mulberry trees that I propagated right out of these seed starting kits. And I did recently get the black, so I have every color now. I've got black, the pink, and green. So these are really great for seed starting. If you're one to like to start seeds in trays, these are food grade safe. They have a 5-year warranty, and of course you can always save $10 off your order of seed trays or anything on the GreenStalk Vertical Gardens website, and you can stack that code SD10 to save that $10. Here I have some African blue basil growing. I've got a mango that's about ready to go into my food forest. Some Mexican heather here that just looks really pretty. And I forgot to tell you what my plan is here. You're probably wondering why I have one tier of GreenStalk here and one tier here. Well, recently they posted And I'm going to flash a picture up here of what they posted because I'm so excited. I don't know why I didn't think about this either, but they have 3 tiers with a trellis like this growing green beans. And I thought, oh, fun. I could have an entryway. So right now I'm staging to see how far the trellis will go and what my entryway would be to have this beautiful curved trellis from my GreenStalks. And I'm not quite sure if I'm going to do green beans, peas, you can do cucumbers, you can do pumpkins. So there's different things, anything that's vining. Gosh, we could do loofahs. So I'm excited about trying that out. So I'll put all that information in the description below if you want to know where to find the trellis. And I'll put it on my Amazon links. I'm trying to figure out how to do an Amazon shop right now. I have Amazon affiliate links. So I'm working on that so it makes it easier if you see something in my garden and you want to go purchase it. You can just go and find that instead of trying to filter through all the links that I have on my website. So over here we have, growing out of this GreenStalk, we have baby Bubba okra. Now these are supposed to be a container variety, but they have clearly grown crazy out of this GreenStalk. So they have produced, don't get me wrong, they have produced a ton of food. It just looks really weird. It's just really tall. I have to like come and bend it over. Now this variety is a little more, has spines in it. So compared to your like Clemson or any other okras, I usually like to grow the Clemsons in spineless, but I thought I'd try this because I was told that it would be great in the GreenStalk. So maybe I got a bad seed. Maybe I bought it on Amazon. So who knows? Maybe I got a fake product and they're not the true container variety. So I'm going to look more into that. My husband loves okra, we all do. So I actually planted a second planting on the bottom, and that has been fun for the summer. Over here I had a volunteer loofah just pop up, and this is what a loofah looks like when it's going into the drying stage. And I got another one under there. So this we'll just let dry on the vine, and we'll harvest it probably in a couple weeks. Usually when it's like a stage where it feels like a flattened football. Right now it's still kind of hard, so we've kind of let that go wild and climb up along here. So we have some more zinnias. We have a collard green plant here, which as you can see, I don't know if you noticed, but we had a row of collard greens over in that garden. That is full sun. I mean, like 8 to 10 hours of sun over here. Here is kind of our part shade, depending on the year or time of year. And we always grow collards on this side and the other side, because when those die off in the summer, we still have abundance of collards fresh here. So we have 3 plants. This one's getting a little sick here. But we like to trim the bottom pieces, give them to our chickens. Our cows will even eat them. And of course, it's always a hit if we're hosting an event, or if we're going to a potluck at church or something. Collard greens are always so easy to prepare for a big crowd. So I really need to do a video on top things to grow. If you can grow 5 things, what would it be to grow to feed a big family? One day I'll get there. We have some more flowers here. These are blanket flowers. And I also have some more zinnias, and look at the pretty butterfly. Over here, as I was trimming my eggplants back from over here, I decided, why not I try to propagate it? And I did it the easy and lazy way. So all I did was pop it into my GreenStalk garden. I didn't do any hormone rooting or anything. I just took a piece cutting and stuck it in there really deep. And as you can see, I'm already getting looks like to be a flower that's coming up, and it's doing really good. These are the GreenStalk garden new stakes that I love. They just look really nice and they work really well. Here's that green tea plant I was telling you about that we have growing here. Originally we had some celery growing out of the top. And of course, as you get into the heat of summer, it is really hard. They just don't grow well because they're full of water. And recently I just cut those back. I had the same situation where I found some caterpillars on there, and I decided to make the sanctuary for the caterpillars on the carrot tower and not this one. I see we have an ant problem here that I need to get a hold of. Sometimes, you know, of course, ants come into the garden. Sometimes they'll come into your and attack your GreenStalk garden, make some beds. What I like to do is make a DIY ant killer, and I have, it's probably one of my most popular videos that I actually posted to YouTube. I'll put that in the description. Basically, I put one of the jars at the bottom and I put one at the top, and it takes care of all of my ant problems in the garden. I also propagated another eggplant here on the bottom. Oh, and look, there's that pretty flower again that I propagated there. We also had a lot of peppers in this tower that did not make it after we got home from vacation. It just got ate up with disease and bugs, but it's okay. We plugged in other things to kind of at least make them look decent as we go through the summer. I got my rose plants here that really need to be trimmed back. I've got poison ivy twice this summer already coming into the garden. Oh, I hate it. Here's the 7 Teir GreenStalk garden. Here we have popsicolor, herbs, and different things. We also have one down at our chicken coop. There's not much to show you right now because we trimmed all that back recently. Oh, look at these butterflies. I forgot to show you guys this GreenStalk. This is actually the basket weave that will be going on sale. And don't forget about your lids. They're so cute. They have these new lids where you can close and open for watering. This, make sure that you do not forget to order a automatic watering system. These are a game changer. Highly recommend them. All of my GreenStalks have automatic watering systems to where I have it set up to a timer. It automatically waters them and I don't have to worry about anything. The first time I actually was able to grow things successfully is when I could get an automatic hose watering system on my garden. This is our garden that we typically trade out seasonal flowers. So if it's Easter, we're putting Easter color flowers in here. That's actually what the last time we planted, we had these in them. Some of them got sick, so we are propagating a lot of plants to put in here for the fall. So we'll trim that back, make it look nice, but right now we are wasting our money if we're going to put more plants into the garden because we're just struggling with heat. And of course, it's hurricane season, so I hate planting early. There is lots of things you can plant in August, and I did put together a video back in 2020 of what you can plant month to month. So if that's something that you'd be interested in, it's specifically for our zone. It's a game changer when you can learn what to plant each month to make sure you have something you can harvest throughout the season. Oh my gosh, y'all! I have not been up close to this in a while. Look at this. That is so fun. Okay, so these are, these plants were parsley. And just as my carrots, parsley and carrots are of the same, parsley, carrots, celery are all the same family. I did not know that. So they all attract these caterpillars. And I'm not quite sure what these are, but they will turn into butterflies. Anyways, I thought that's really neat. So again, we're not gonna disturb them. We're just gonna let them be. And the chickens can kind of eat them if need be. But down at the bottom, these are sweet potatoes. And I like this because they combine crazy around. I intended for them to grow up this to make some shade for the chickens because a certain time of the year, the chickens get way too much sun here. And we used to have this huge tree that has fallen. And I wanted to add some shade, but I also wanted to have something functional that I can feed my chickens out of. So we have some Puerto Rican oregano in here. I also had some kale. We had some parsley, and we also have some, I can't remember what else we have in there. But we have sweet potato vines. I can pick those vines off, throw them in there. I always pick our oregano off there. So if you like this chicken coop, my husband built it from reclaimed wood and custom built this into our dream. We call it the chicken church. He used small windows and put them in there. Anyways, I did do a full tour video of this. You can find on YouTube. And I believe that completes our garden tour. Now we can go get in some air condition and show you what I've been so excited to show you guys about in the house. So over here we have our indoor garden from Click and Grow, and it's absolutely beautiful. I've been using this product for many years now, and I love it in the summer because I can't grow lettuce outside. It's so hot. So in the summer, we always set it up to grow lettuce. I also have some basil back in here. My daughter absolutely loves coming in here and snipping pieces off for her salad. But as you know, I have a link tree with all the products that I use and love. And this Click and Grow, you can save 20% off with code SD. It also provides 12 hours of light. I like to have this on in the evening. It lights up this whole area where we entertain, where my kids do their school, and it offers nice light. And a night light for my kids at night. So we are entering our pantry. These were built custom by my husband. And look at our new piece. This is a piece from SEDETA. They actually reached out to me and said, hey, would you be interested in trying out one of our products if you share it in one of your videos? Usually this kind of type of stuff I turn down all the time because it's not directed towards my channel. But I did need something really cool in our pantry to store all of our herbs and our tinctures and our seeds. And it has a filing cabinet, so I can set up my filing cabinet to file my seeds. So this was just a perfect organization piece that I needed anyways. And I'll put the link, the Amazon link, in the description for this. So what we have here is all kinds of awesome herbs that we've grown this year. This is marshmallow. We have some chili peppers. I had so much marshmallow, I used 2 different jars. We have some lavender, guani llama. This is a marshmallow flower. I just liked how it looked. We have some calendula. Those are just some bananas from our food forest that I decided to dry. And mint. Oh, this smells so good. We also have borage. I have some holy basil, oregano, and I forgot what these are. I didn't label these. These are cranberry hibiscus. I also had some lavender that we grew in just a little bunch and dried that way. It was really pretty. Over here we've got some dill, mullein flowers that I've saved, some olive leaf. We have a tree in our front yard. Echinacea, look how pretty that is. Mullein tincture. This is my first tincture I have made. I did put a video together to show you how to make that, and that will be in the description below. It was so fun doing. I had a friend that gave me this. Thank you, Andrea. It looks so pretty in the mix of here. I did not dry this. This is something you can put in a pot, and it smells really good around Christmas. So, and this is a tincture I have sitting. It's oil of oregano. We buy oil of oregano at the store, and it's so expensive. We try to get a high grade oregano. So I figured I would try to make it myself. So this is extra virgin olive oil, high grade organic, and I have basically blended my organic oregano from the garden, and it's just sitting there soaking. So I can't wait to try that. We also have rosemary. Here's my green tea leaves, our butterfly tea. I also have some calamine there. And of course we have an array of different seeds. We have saved in cute little jars with my stickers on them. I used to do seed starting classes here at my house before I homeschooled, and that was a lot of fun. At one point we will open our garden back up possibly sometime in October or March, so make sure that you watch for a post for that. We will be inviting you all out to our garden for a garden tour and maybe a workshop. So stay tuned for that. I will also be at a homesteading event in Wauchula. I will put that information in the website down below. That will be in November. And I'm super excited to be a part of that. And you guys can come out and say hello. And my girls will be selling their organic loofah soaps and the seeds that they save. And most likely I'll be doing some kind of giveaway or something. Not sure yet exactly what I'm doing, but you can check us out there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please make sure that you like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Comment below. That helps my algorithm. Thank you guys. Have a blessed day.